David Glenn, thank you. A deadly drug on the streets of Chattanooga right now could pose a risk to everyone in our community.
That's the warning tonight from law enforcement, who says you don't have to use drugs to become a victim. News Channel 9's Isaiah Kim Martinez explains the problem that has several agencies on alert tonight. Isaiah.
Latricia and Josh, the number of drug overdoses is increasing every year in Hamilton County. The spike of 4 deaths in Chattanooga and 1 in East Ridge in the past few days is evidence of that. But the sheriff's office is especially worried about one drug, where coming into contact with even a small amount of it could be deadly. A dangerous drug making its way through the streets of Chattanooga. Police say it's already caused 5 deaths in recent days. The exact mixture is still unknown.
We've had an opioid problem in Hamilton County in this part of the country for 25 years.
Detective Marty Dunn says he counts at least 168 overdoses in Hamilton County in 2019 alone, 15% of them as a result from fentanyl. It's 50 to 100 times stronger than morphine, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. And now more than ever, Dunn says this opioid is being mixed and sold on the street with other dangerous narcotics, such as heroin. Dunn says what many don't realize, however, is just how deadly fentanyl is.
This stuff is so potent that it can be absorbed directly through the pores in your skin. Mere contact with it can lead you into an overdose situation.
That's why Dunn says it's not just drug users that could be at risk. Those who try to help someone in the middle of an overdose could come into contact and suffer the consequences. The real danger, experts say, when dealers try to make a cocktail of drugs themselves.
They'll fill a mason jar up with some inert substance, and they'll add a little bit of fentanyl to it, and they'll shake it up real good, and then they'll either press it out into pills and call it hydrocodone, or they'll put it in baggies and sell it as heroin.
In fact, the sheriff's office says it's not even possible to correctly mix fentanyl with other opioids outside of a lab. Detective Dunn says drug dealers on the street are selling fentanyl-laced products without people even knowing full well the deadly effects it could have.
If you're buying anything on the street and you think it's to get your opioid high, you better be careful, because you may be the next overdose.
Now, Detective Dunn tells me this form of non-pharmaceutical fentanyl is being trafficked in from places outside of the country, like China and Mexico. And the only real way to slow down the fatalities caused by it is keeping it out of the U.S. Coming up at 6, why experts say the mix of this drug and Bonnaroo music festivals just up the road could be even more concerning. Latricia.
Isaiah, thank you. We spoke to U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee in a media call today. She says opioid overdoses should be considered a national emergency, and she is working on legislation to enforce stricter punishment for opioid dealers.